Hello Collective, how are you? Today is August the 9th, 20 and 25, according to the current calendar count. My name is Dean, and welcome to Born of the Rose. This is a tarot channel. I do tarot card readings. I've been doing different divination types of things since I was a teenager, and I'm in my early 50s now. I started reading rune stones when I was probably 15. It's something I've given up, let go. Wasn't the vehicle for me. The tarot, however, seems to be the vehicle for me. So I use it. I have other divination tools that I use. But on this channel, I pretty much stick to tarot cards and oracle cards. This is a collective reading for this full moon in Aquarius energy that we are now in. The full moon is today, tonight, tomorrow, and is in the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius is a sign of innovation, expansion, trying things in new ways. Aquarius wants to go outside the box. They never want to be in the box. Box is bad box. So, like for me, my Mars is in Aquarius. So how I bring action into the world. I like to do things in new ways. I like to try things in new ways. And there's also an element with Aquarius of the public domain, the public space. So with my Mars in Aquarius, when I'm in my very much shadow energy, if someone picks a fight with me, I'm going to drag it out into the public and say, let's do it here. Let's let the world, our world, watch and have them chime in on it. Let them be the jury to this, whatever this is. And since it's Aquarius, I'm going to keep it in a more cerebral place. I'm less likely, and I've always been less likely to go to the body. Though the world around me didn't always agree with that, so I had to learn how to fight with the body as well. And luckily this body came into this world knowing how to do it. And I've been teaching it ever since how not to. Oh no, we don't engage like that anymore, body. There's other ways to handle this. That one I started with very young. I'm a pacifist. I believe that all conflicts can be resolved or worked through words and through actions that are nonviolent. That is one of my highest asanas. Sadhanas. I said asana, I meant sadhana. Sorry. It's one of my hardest challenges that I've been doing for my own spiritual growth and my walk in this life. Anyway, that's enough about me. There's a disclaimer. That's what this reading's about. It's about the energies of this full moon in Aquarius. And I want to look at what this full moon is bringing in for us as a collective, what it wants us to look at, and because the full moon illuminates shadow. It can show us the parts of us that have been hidden from view. And it can give us, if we're already aware of it, it can help burn that out through its radiation, through its solar radiation. It can act as a magnifying glass for you if you're trying to do shadow work, trying to work through an element of yourself that you're not fully comfortable with anymore, and you want to let that go. You're like, I've been trying to let this go and it won't go. How? Ask, and you shall receive. Ask for this to be removed. This has been identified, and it goes back to an early childhood trauma. Can you please burn this trauma out of me? We have seen it, we have loved it, we have forgiven it, and now it's time for it to go. please go. Thank you for the lesson. Thank you for the teaching. And I now deserve to move on in life. That is something you can do with this full moon energy. If you plan on doing any rituals for the full moon, you may want to add something like that kind of intention into your ritual for this full moon. I'm going to hit my vape, and I'm going to deal some cards. We're going to see what we get. Goddess, please be with me. Please lap your wings around me. Merge with me. Let Dean step out of the way. Bring forth the most clear, concise, accurate messages for our collective. Guardian, please protect this reading for Jen Shen Ren. Truth, compassion, Ren, forbearance. What do the Earth Angels need to see this day? What is this full moon trying to illuminate? And how is it going to show up in their world? Let's start with the inside world, please. What's going on with the inside world of the collective? What are we working with inside? Tower. Something has come to a screeching halt, has collapsed under the weight. It was built on a faulty foundation. This could be a social construct. We were, engaged in a work relationship, a work practice, and some of the fundamental understandings between the peoples involved were not the same. And so now that is crashing down. I assumed you'd be paying me every week, and you're like, I'm going to pay you every month. That is a tower moment. I'm leaving. I want to be paid every week. That kind of a thing. What more can we say about what's going on with the inside world of the collective at this time? Hermit, turning inward, looking for your light inside. See Cerberus down there barking at the heels. The hermit's unbothered. The hermit is alone, even in a crowded room. Unplugged from social media, unplugged from the news, looking inwardly. And the Empress. That's 3 major arcana. So this is a part of the hero's journey for this collective. This is going to be illuminating. So the Tower would be a really good time to turn inward and meditate tonight, to spend time alone. And the Empress, the Tower, the Hermit, and the Empress. Your inner Empress wants to shine. I'm seeing, for some reason, in my mind's eye, I'm seeing her in the Hermit's lantern. Like she wants to shine, or she wants to be illuminated, the inner Empress. We all have the Empress archetype in us. We all have the Emperor archetype in us. So please don't get caught up on the gender of that, the feminine. I quite often am in my Empress energy instead of my Emperor. The Emperor is engaging and creating through action, as where the Empress is growing, nurturing, and magnetizing things inward, drawing things to us. I kind of see 2 phases of manifestation. The first phase is the Empress phase. Or actually it's the Magician. It's the coming up with what we want. And then we step into the Empress phase of calling it in. And then once it's ready to come in, shift into the Emperor phase of action, making it happen. Don't know why I'm talking about that. It's got nothing to do with this. Or does it? I don't know. Spirit, the outside world energy. What's coming towards the collective in the outside world? What physical manifestations will be a part of this full moon in Aquarius? What will be illuminated through the outside world? So, what will be illuminated through the outside world, through people outside of your point of consciousness. We're all consciousness, but you're a unique point of consciousness. Doesn't necessarily mean ego. The Hierophant could be a Taurus, just putting that out there. The Hierophant is a teacher. It's a spiritual teacher. Can be a religious teacher. This can be your guru. This can be a yogi. This can be a priest, or priestess. And the Hierophant teaches us how to do things, to be in alignment with ourselves, or to a set of rules. I'm not very big on dogma. I don't like it. It ain't my thing. I seek to have integrity in my actions and my words, but I will absolutely get buck wild if my heart's telling me to. You know what I mean? So, morals sound like, to me, we've tried to canonize, or we took what worked in this one moment and we put it into a can. We said, that's the way to do it. That's a moral. And I don't buy that anymore. I used to. I used to stand on my morals. It's gross. Yeah, I used to think I was a saint, and I didn't realize how much damage I was causing around me at all times with people that I were silent about things I would say, and I was just cutting them to the core and had no idea. Hey man, they were doing what was right for them, for their heart. It's not my place to yuck anyone's yum. It's not anyone's place to yuck someone else's yum. So that's outside world coming towards us. What else spirit in the outside world is coming towards? Queen of Swords. Someone speaking their truth. She's got that sword out. She'll cut that head off. She ain't afraid. She knows her truth. She's willing to speak it. Anything else, spirit? Coming from the outside world. Interference. Eight of Swords. This is that morals thing I was talking about. Someone outside of you saying this is how you need to do it. This will get you through it. This is what has to happen. You should be. You shouldn't be. Shoulds. A lot of shoulds come into us, and we actually internalize some of them. And we take them as to be our own. And, well, this is the right way to do it. I need to do this because society says so. Social media says so. My church says so. My guru says so. My whatever. These are things that are, my good friend, my confidant says so. These are things that are imposed to us that did not come naturally out from us. And they get stuck in the head. I think it's Gemini and Pluto, that energy. I don't know. I'm not an astrologer. I'm not going to go into that. What are the crossing energies? The potentials, either supportings or challengings. We will see by the card itself. Around these. Spirit, let's start with the first. Luxury, Four of Cups. This could be a challenge. You're already feeling like your cup's already over full. I have more emotional, I got more liquid than I got container space for it. And that's lining up across from the Tower and the Hierophant. Tower, Hierophant. I'm already full. I don't have capacity for all this shit. Let this shit go. Nah, I'm not open to this. That's Four of Cups in that position. And for the Hermit to the Queen of Swords energy, spirit. Peace. The Two of Swords. I've made up my mind. I don't need to hear it. I don't need to see this. I've already made up my mind. That's Two of Swords can be made up my mind on this subject already, and I'm not going to look at it again. And the Hermit is saying, no, we're turning inward and we're looking at it again. And maybe the Queen of Swords is saying, you've already been in your head. Time to come out of your head. So even though it's a card of peace, I'm seeing two different ideas and they're crossing. So I'm seeing that as a crossing energy. And to the Empress and interference in the Eight of Swords, what do we have as a lust, desire, passion. Lust doesn't have to be sex. It's something that you have an uncontrolled desire for. It's not the devil. It's not controlling you. It's not trying to control you. So it's not necessarily the devil energy. It's lust. You can have a lust for life. You can have a lust for a person. You can have a lust for chocolate ice cream. Indulgences. Okay. Spirit, what is the advice you have for the collective, starting with this first row, the Tower to the Hierophant? What is the advice? Universe. It's like the World card in the Rider-Waite Tarot. It's completion of a cycle. The universe is saying, let the tower fall. You can always build it again, but on a stronger foundation. For the Hermit and the Queen of Swords energy, Spirit. The Lovers. Choose from a place of love, for love. This overrides that Two of Swords. The Hermit has found this to be true in their search. So this Queen of Swords energy, if that Queen of Swords is coming in as a confrontation, saying, I know better, well, no, because you don't know the light that the Hermit has found within themselves. So how can you know better than them? People know themselves better than anyone else can ever know them. I know me better than you will ever know me. Okay? You can think you know me, but I will always know me better than you do. And you will always know you better than I do. Just a thing. And lastly, for the Empress to the interference. Three of Discs, Three of Pentacles. This is about collaborating and cooperating with people. Discs. This is about working together. And to overcome the interference in this Aquarian full moon. Maybe showing you that maybe you need to work with more people. Maybe you need to collaborate with others on whatever this project or this work thing or this whatever it is. You know, family situation, romantic situation, I don't know. We're all different. And I'm only looking at the overall energies in this. This is not a specific one-to-one reading. If you want one with me, find me on Instagram, Iron Rose Alchemist. Okay? You can message me through Instagram. And we can set up to do a tarot card reading. It's a public profile. I share stories every day about healing, about consciousness, about spirituality, and about this walk. So if you're interested in that, go right ahead. Look me up on Insta. Sometimes I put it in the description box, but not really feeling it today. There won't be much in that description box other than a thank you and a couple of hashtags. Yeah. This is what I have for this reading. I'm going to let them drive by before I continue to talk. Thanks for being here with me. I hope this reading resonated. And if it did, I hope the messages are useful for you. I hope this helps you work through whatever you're working through this full moon. And I hope you have a beautiful, blessed full moon. And don't forget to dance. When we're in joy and joyful expression, everything seems to work out best for us. Thanks so much for being here, my friends. From my heart to yours, I send you peace, I send you love.